President-elect Joe Biden wants to cancel $10,000 in student loan debt for all borrowers, and the rest of the debt for those who attended public colleges or historically black colleges and universities, HBCU, earning less than $125,000 a year. The burden of student loan debt is worsening wealth inequality and continues the debt disparity among black college students. It's no secret that the cost of college is climbing faster than American wages and the inflation rate, 8x faster, to be exact, so getting rid of this debt could finally move the needle on closing the racial wealth gap. The breakdown you need to know. CultureBanx reported that Biden's plan to cancel student loans is part of a broader strategy to make higher education more affordable and less financially burdensome. Education is one area where Black Americans are hurting the most due to institutionalized racism, especially with student loans. Young Black adults take on 85% more education debt than their white counterparts, and that disparity compounds by 7% each year after the borrowers leave school, according to a recent study in the Sociology of Race and Ethnicity journal. Students of color typically rack up hundreds of thousands of dollars in student loan debt. Eliminating this would narrow the racial wealth gap for young families, with 86.6% of black students taking out federal loans to attend four-year colleges, compared to just 59.9% of white students. An average black graduate has $7,400 more in student debt than a white peer. Not to mention that white borrowers pay down their education debt at a rate of 10% a year, compared with 4% for black borrowers. Debt-ing student loans. Since students of color have to focus on paying off their student debts for longer, this means they are unable to focus on other financial goals like buying a home, paying off credit card debt, and saving for retirement. Studies show that white men have paid off 44% of their student loans 12 years out of college, while black women owe 13% more. What's more, the amount of loans that are 90 or more days delinquent has not changed much since 2012. Proving that the financial burden is still high, just like the unemployment rate, now at 10.3% for African Americans. Specifically, HBCU students are more likely to default over a 12-year period than African Americans attending other four-year colleges and universities, according to the Wall Street Journal. Biden has not stated whether he would use an executive order to try to cancel student loans. However, he specifically called upon Congress to forgive student loan debt. Unfortunately, there are no guarantees that Biden or Congress will cancel student loans at this point, but the upside to closing the racial wealth gap is tremendous if they do.